So I'm going to talk about two things today: loneliness and its antidote, connection. So first, I think we need to start with the definition of loneliness. So just a week ago, the New York Times came out with an article titled "How Loneliness is Damaging Our Health." And in it, the article states that loneliness, as defined by mental health professionals, is a gap between the level of connectedness that you want and what you have. Dr. Vivek Murthy, our 19th Surgeon General, says that we are experiencing a loneliness epidemic with the increase in our pace of life and with technology and social media infiltrating our every interaction. We are not engaging in the messiness of real, deeply connected relationships, but settling for posts on news feeds. We are ironically more connected than ever, and yet more disconnected than ever. And loneliness can look different for everybody. Loneliness can be asking your friend how they're doing, but them never asking you a single question back. Loneliness can look like not sharing the same political or religious views as your family members. Loneliness can look like invisible labor that you do day in and day out that no one sees and yet keeps the whole system functioning. I'll give you an example from my own life. So a few months ago, my husband found me kind of like leaned up against a wall, staring into space during dinner time. And he looked at me and he was like, "Oh no, we've broken her. We have broken the mom." So for the past 4 months, I've been cooking individualized meals for all of my family members who have very specific dietary needs and preferences, and I just couldn't do it anymore. I thought, hey, I just hated cooking. I was like, I don't like it. I've never liked it. Maybe I was just overwhelmed. Life is busy. But then when I got a bit more granular, what I was really feeling was burdened and disconnected from my family. Meal times were supposed to be a place of connection and not just a chore to slog through. I was feeling lonely. So when we all realized this, everything changed. The family gathered around me and came up with a week's worth of meals that they all agreed to help me cook and eat. And it was like everything went from gray to technicolor. My daughter became my cooking buddy, and cooking is now a joy. Studies have shown that loneliness, like hunger, thirst, and pain, is a socially adaptive trait. It gives us important information that something is wrong. It tells us that we need connection. We as humans are hardwired for human connection, not posts on our news feeds. We need real, messy human relationship. And the truth is, connected people live longer, happier lives, period. Okay, so here are 3 ways to connect more effectively with the people in your lives. Number 1, first, become aware. Dig deep. Ask yourself, where in your life are you feeling lonely? When was the last time you felt deeply connected to the people around you? Do you mostly have cordial but surfacey relationships? Do people really know you? Do they really know what's going on in your life? If not, then what needs to change? Number 2, learn to have a conversation. Check out episode 7 of my podcast for tips. So in my experience, there are 2 types of lonely people in a conversation: over-disclosers and under-disclosers. Over-disclosers, you guys are the ones who disclose all 17 of your childhood traumas after 5 minutes of meeting someone and then experience a deep vulnerability hangover the next day. You so deeply want to be known that you tend to overwhelm people and then wonder why they don't come back. Under-disclosers, you guys tend to be perpetually lonely because you tend to play the listener role and haven't shared an ounce of who you are in the relationship and then tend to not take up any verbal space. Conversations are like little knots that build the bridge of relationship. A stronger bridge is built with many strings and many knots, but each person needs to extend a little string to tie the knot. So to my over-disclosers, rein it back. Try asking a question to the other person once in a while. To my under-disclosers, take a risk. Self-disclosure actually makes people like you more, not less. And chances are you are not the only one in the world who has your unique brand of weird. And number 3, people are like disco balls. So what happens on social media is that we all curate ourselves to the public. We pick which mirror on our ball or mirrors on our disco ball that we want to show. And all of us look at that one mirror and we make judgments, believing that that one mirror represents the whole ball, when nothing could be further from the truth. People are made up of many, many moments and many, many mirrors. So give each other grace and know that if we really want to have real relationship with people, we need to call them, we need to go on hikes with them, and we need to pick up their kids after school for them. Real relationship is seeing all the mirrors and learning to embrace the whole damn disco ball. Then we can really party. So I'll leave it at that. If you liked what you heard today, we invite you to listen to That's So Deep anywhere you get your podcasts. We release a new episode every Friday. My name is Phyllis Wong, and our mission is to root out loneliness one conversation at a time. I'll stick around after if you'd like to have a conversation with me. Thank you.